We're live. Hello.
Hi, everyone.
We're so excited today.
Yes,
And
welcome.
in honor of our guest.
Did we say what this show was?
Oh, no.
Okay,
You gotta say the title.
Okay, so here we go.
You wouldn't think that we've been doing this since May and we still try to remember the name of the show. No, we know the name of the show. We just can't seem to get it right. Okay. Welcome. Let's do it with an accent today.
I don't have an accent.
Whatever, we can make it up. It's okay.
Okay, I'm going to do a Jamaican accent.
Okay, I'm going to do British.
Okay.
Okay, welcome.
No, I'm going to do it in Jamaican.
Okay, you go.
But I hope it doesn't wind up.
Just do it. The show's going to be over.
Okay, so. Yeah, man, welcome to another episode. Yeah, man, we want to welcome you to another episode of Sunday Bites and Tidbits.
That's good.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
I am Chef B, and this here.
I'm British. I'm Terrah. I'm Terrah. Terrah. See, this is what happens when you drink green juice. You get perked up, you get energetic, and all of that. So, hey.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to Sunday Bites and Tidbits. I'm Babette.
I'm Terrah.
And hey.
Our people are coming on, and today we're very, very excited. But before we get started,
well, what?
We have to tell you that we have a sponsor today.
Yeah, man.
Extraction. Now, this is a new series that it's fabulous. And I'm a part of it, but Babette's actually in it as well.
I'm in it.
And they're sponsoring today's show. So we want to let you know that if you got a project, I'm going to do that, Brit.
Yeah.
If you got a project and you want us to promote for you, you can send it to us or inbox us, and we can wear your t-shirts and give you shouts outs during the week, etc. Like that. That was really bad.
No, it was good.
It's not quite like that. I've got a little bit, but sometimes I go in and out. It
was bad.
But anyway, so extractions. Make sure you visit the web page. The Facebook page and Instagram. Extraction, the series. It's really good, and you guys are going to want to know more about it because we may be doing some giveaways. Maybe you might be at the premiere, the red carpet, if ever we get out of our houses. And we can actually go to a red carpet and not have to do a virtual red carpet.
But extraction is the bomb. You guys are going to love it. So what's today about?
So today is about juicing.
Oh, and we have some really special guests.
Yes, we have the juice guru.
Yes, they're my friends.
Yes.
Can I tell them what good friends they are? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Steve and Julie Prussack, they're actually like my family. We've been friends like forever and ever and ever and ever. And I just love them. And because of them, at 70, I still got it going on. Because I drink juice. And they taught me all about juicing. Because they have a juicing program.
And you guys check it out.
Because it's called the Juice Guru program. They taught me all about juicing, the necessity, why it's so very important to get the nutrients in you every single day. And so it's like I start my day, and sometimes I just drink it all day long. But anyway,
hold on 1 second. Okay. And especially, it gives you a lot of energy. It's like I feel so much just having a couple of sips.
She wants to just jump around right now.
Yeah, I do, but I'm not.
She's not going to do that.
The other thing is, let's say hi to some of our guests. We have Ashley. We have Ashley on, and Patricia.
Hey, Ashley.
And Tina. We don't the Chippy Grave. Hi, Chippy. And Tina and Callie. Hello to you guys. People starting to log in. You guys I know Ashley does watch parties with her friends.
Ashley, you are a doll baby for doing that for us.
Anyway, so we're about to extract ourselves from the sea.
You're so cute.
And we're going to bring in our guests. We've got lots to talk about. Make sure you got your questions ready for our juice guru. If you got any questions about juicing, what's good, what's not, all of that, like that, And then, anyway.
Yeah, man.
You welcome them in, baby.
Yeah, man. So now, I want to say it. I really want to say it in a British. No, not British. I want to say it in a Jamaican accent. Yeah, man. It's going to be better now. That's better. Okay, so without further delay, I want to bring in my two amazing friends forever and ever, Steve and Julie Prussack. Yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Did you like our tropical, whatever we did here?
That was wonderful. I feel like we should be talking in some kind of accent.
I want some of that green juice.
Yeah.
What are you putting there?
What do you got in that green juice?
Babette made it. So
it's your apple. It's got ginger. It's
some
got
lemon.
dill. It's got lemon. It's your recipe, boo boo.
No, she's a certified juice therapist. She was one of our first, like 6 years ago. You went through a program, and your daughter's going through at some point. We got to get her going.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, though. Anyway.
Oh my God, I'm so excited because I love juicing, but I stick to the same thing all the time because I'm lazy and I don't want to try anything new. So if somebody gave me a recipe, you know, I like this because it has a nice sweet taste to it. But if somebody gives me a recipe, I'll try it. But I go get the same things all the time, and I just juice the same things all the time. So this is great. So tell us, what do you want to ask them? How you got started?
Yeah, first of all, you became vegan, but how did you wind up with the whole juicing thing? Tell us your history.
You should go first because your history is a lot longer than
mine. It was
mine.
Juicing that brought me to the plants because that's what it is. That's what it is. What kind of accent can I use?
Don't use an accent. Just tell us what's up.
All right. In a nutshell, right? I mean, at 51, I mean, Babette's 70. I mean, juicing is the tonic. When I got out of college, I was overweight, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and depressed. And it was juicing that turned it around for me back then. And then it was the juicing that led to wanting to eat the plant food. And it was the juicing that made me want to eat more raw food. And then when Julie and I, who dated in high school and grew up on junk food, it was called
You guys dated in high school?
Isn't that a great story?
Yeah, I was going to tell you all about that. We're reunited.
Yes, you dated in high school. Then you took a break.
Oh, 20 years.
20.
A small break. Yeah. Steve's been doing this for 26 years now. For half of his life, he's been doing this. And for me, though, because we are reunited sweethearts after 20 plus years, I was already 40 when we got back together. So I was not going down a very healthy path. Steve brought me to juicing. Steve brought me to plant-based eating. And I feel so great at 51. So it really does kind of reverse your aging, I feel, keep you energetic, keep you just feeling so healthy and actually being healthy.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
And it does, don't you find that it excites you to just do more and more and more, to just learn more and more and more about how the plant-based lifestyle is just so amazing for the human species.
Especially in the situation we're in now where people are not being really talked to about immune building, and which we need more than ever. So we need to so this is the portal in the juicing, because only 9% of Americans get that daily requirement of fruits and vegetables, and here you are exceeding it in that one glass. So it's easy. People want more fruits and vegetables. And not only that, though, they talk about the COVID-19. People are just putting on a lot of weight right now. People are anxious and depressed. And so we've got a solution here. And so we're really trying to spread that message. We call it a juice revolution. You're part of it. And what do you want to add to that?
No, exactly. This is the time people need this more than ever. And you talk about those underlying conditions, and juicing helps with all of that. And everything you could juice, from the fruits to the vegetables to the leafy greens, everything has a purpose in your body and it's just going to flood you with different nutrients. And also, you were talking before, you like that juice that Babette made because it's got a little sweet. Juicing is something that you can put any flavor you like in. You can have, it could be sweet, it could be salty with celery, it could be spicy with jalapeno, it could be any kind of flavor you want. You can make it delicious with, anything you want to throw in there.
So we have one person that is asking us.
I was laughing because all of a sudden that popped up. I was like, wow, look at that.
What juicer do you recommend?
Do you recommend are there any ones that are better than others? Or not? We don't want to say better than, but
it depends on what you want to use it for.
Basically, let's just give the 101 on juicers, because we get that all the time. When you go to the juice bar and they've got that fast juicer that's going, there's a lot of oxygenation. Like we can say when you cut an apple and starts to brown, it gets oxygenized. So we've got to drink it right away. If you do something like a slow juicer, Like the Slow Star is one that we'll use, the Green Star Elite or the Norwalk. Those slow juicers, it's not as oxidized, so it's pressed and the juice will last longer. So you've got 1 to 3 days, depending on the juicer, to drink it. There are more enzymes in those kinds of juices. It's not warmed up in the process. So when it comes to a juice, we recommend a slow juicer, but we recommend a juicer that you can afford. The best juicer is the one that you're going to use every day.
Right.
And we give tips on cleaning the juicers. It doesn't take a long time.
That's the one thing that people, one of the reasons why they don't like juicing is because when they're done, they got a whole nother job just cleaning out the juicer.
Well, Julie can answer to that.
To the cleaning of the juicer, explain the importance of enzymes. I think there are so many of us out there that don't understand the importance of the life in the enzyme and how important it is for the human species.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're talking about juicing, that's something that you're not going to find in the Hawaiian Punch, the Kool-Aid, or even if you're going into Whole Foods and getting something that says cold pressed, you got to look on the back of that bottle. It usually says HPP, which means high pressure processed, which means it stays on the shelf for up to 35, 40 days, which means it's not a living food. I mean, there are some enzymes. It's better than Kool-Aid or Tropicana, but we want the cold pressed juice that has the medicinal value. Those are the juices used in cancer clinics all over Europe, here in the United States, from an Oasis of Healing to Hippocrates Health Institute to Gabriel Cousin's Tree of Life, Gerson therapy. They're using living juices to reverse all kinds of diseases. So we're really all about getting the enzymes in your body, because once we process our food, once we cook our food, we're losing those enzymes, and that is life. Life gives life, right, Julie?
That's right. I mean, and there's been studies done between even the difference between a cold pressed juice from a juicer and a smoothie from a blender. And it's more like a whole food when you're having a juice, because as Steve was saying, both the oxidation when you're at that fast moving blender, and also sometimes it will heat up the juice, the pasteurization process. So the smoothie, so you definitely want to go with a juice, and it will keep that everything intact, and you'll have more of a whole food when you use a slow juicer.
And doesn't it also, when you talk about preferring juicing over smoothies, the smoothies still have so much of the product in it, the fiber in it, and so it still has to go through more of a digestive process than if you're just extracting the fiber and just drinking the juice, right?
I look at it like this. Thank you, Babette, because Arlene just said, do you prefer juicing over smoothies? And it's such a great question. We look at it like this. The juice, well, the smoothies, the blended food, it removes the mastication, so the chewing, and our body's left to digest all of that fiber along with the vegetables and fruit. Mm-hmm. But when we can get out of the way with a juicer, and for that one supercharged supplement to your diet, if you can remove that pulp, which we've got suggestions on what you can do, not to, and we'll talk about Babette's role in that, but when we can remove that and we can drink that juice on an empty stomach, we remove the mastication and the digestion, so that it's the juice of the food that feeds your body. It gets right into your cells, and it's the reason we have more energy right out the gate, that we feel incredible. So the juice you want to drink on an empty stomach. You don't want to take it with your food. You want to do it, we like, in the morning, to get into your body, to continue the detox from the night's rest, because we're always detoxing every night. We're all fasting 7-8 hours. We wake up and usually we ruin it with a big heavy breakfast, and we're saying do a daily juice instead, and you're going to have the results from cleansing every night. You know what? You just brought up a very important point too. You said something about the empty stomach. I understand juicing first thing in the morning, but what about when people try to combine their juice with a solid food? Can you create a problem that way?
Well, it's almost the same thing as the difference between the juices and the smoothies. So a solid food could take, just going through your stomach and digesting, hours just to get through the stomach. But when you drink a juice on an empty stomach, it'll take as little as 15 minutes to get through. So when you're drinking the juice with the food, it's slowing down that absorption process, and you're not going to get the full benefit of the juice.
And you create some type of a fermentation as well.
Yeah,
if the two don't mix.
Absolutely. And so, I mean, but I don't want to diss smoothies because it's such a great step in the right direction towards going into a healthy habit. And so it's all progression. How deep can we go with our cleansing and moving to the right kind of diet? It's a better digestion than a fast food, or even a veggie burger sometimes can be very heavy. So if we do a smoothie, it's a nice transition towards juicing. We do think juicing is superior to smoothies. Studies have shown it's 2 times more nutritious because we're getting more produce into that concentrated drink than we could in that smoothie that has all that fiber. And again, that's a lot for your body to break down. If you're doing a 32-ounce smoothie, that's taxing to your digestive system. So we love for people to move into juicing for the superior results, right? That's what it's about. And there can be a lot of fermentation, a lot of gas when you're not, with all that breakdown and all that stuff that's happening. You guys, that constipation is the #1 problem in this country and all over the world. And most diseases, over 90%, come from constipation. If we can keep that digestive system moving, then we're going to be a lot healthier. And that's what it's all about, no matter if you're vegan or not.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you this, because for me, if I could find, like you were talking about different juices, I didn't know there were slow juices and fast juices. I just got a juice. I guess mine moves pretty quickly. But what, let me put down a couple of names for people, because I like to get a slow juicer so that I can put my juice away for a couple of days. And then I won't, because I juiced recently and I made enough for 3 days. Mm-hmm. I don't know whether they had anything left in it or not by the time the 3rd day came around, but I drank it.
But there's certain ways that if you're going to hold on to your juice, shouldn't you store it in a certain way so that you
like a glass bottle with
or the mason jars?
The mason jars.
I worry a little about what Terrah just said, because if she's using, what juicer are you using on that?
I don't know. The name wore off, so I don't even know.
But it's not a slow juicer, because that's the thing. That's where we can get into trouble, and you're not the only one. Because the juice, when it's not a cold pressed juice and it's not a slow star, or even what's the other one we used to have, that slow juicer? It wasn't before we had a slow star. Yeah. Okay. That's a slow juicer. That'll last 24 hours. But if it's not a slow juicer and it's a centrifugal juicer and it's oxidizing, it can develop harmful bacteria in there. Really? And that can lead to serious problems if we're not drinking that juice right away.
Mm-hmm. So it's a trade-off.
Yeah, and we can give some tips if the audience, if they want to hear on how to make the juice go a longer way, even when you're using a slow juicer.
So wait a minute. So the slow juicer makes it go longer.
It keeps it
longer, and the fast juicer. Do you have a couple of names of slow juicers? I can type down what?
Yeah. Let me tell you the 2 that we use most. Number 1 is the TriBest Slow Star, and that's the one that we recommend to most people. It's extremely versatile.
TRIBEST.
TriBest is the name of the manufacturer, and Slow Star is the name of the juicer.
So SLOWSTAR. We've had that for 10 years, and we had a Huron before it. We love it. I mean, we still use it all the time.
And you talk about cleaning, because I think that's such a big thing when juicing. So this is such an easy clean, easy use juicer.
5-10 minutes?
I can in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes, I'm pretty practiced at it, but in 15 minutes, I can make juice for our family, which is 3 of us, and clean the entire juicer all in 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes.
Fast.
And it lasts for 48 hours in your refrigerator.
24.
What did I say? 48? 24 hours. So you can drink it the next day.
She meant 24.
I meant 24. And then there's the next level up, which is the
Green Star Elite.
The Green Star Elite or the Green Star Pro.
Wait. The Green Star what lead?
Elite. Oh, the Green Star Elite is fine. The Pro is a commercial juicer. She's so used to saying that because we have a certification program, and we always say, get a commercial juicer. But the Elite is the non-commercial version of that. Okay. And that we like that because the juice lasts up to 3 days. We had a $2,000 Norwalk juicer, which Dr. Norman Walker, my greatest mentor in the 1930s, wrote books on juicing, and he created the Norwalk, a 2-stage juicer that takes a long time to use, a long time to clean up. It's expensive. It's the Tesla of juicers, but the Elite creates a juice that's the same quality at $500 compared to $2,000.
So the Elite, is that also Tri-Best?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just want to.
Although there's a pure juicer, which is like a Norwalk but less money, and it's got a lot of upgrades. So if you're in the market, if you've got a lot of money to put towards it, then you might want to look at that. But it's a lot longer to clean. So we look at our time factor too.
Right, but you can make more juice. It extracts a little bit better, and also it lasts for longer. So we'll do that when we're doing our batch juicing, and we want it to last for 3 days.
That's 3 days.
That would be great.
I know.
3 days.
I don't even mind a little longer cleanup if I know when I get up the next couple of mornings,
you have it.
I have me some juice.
Right.
So how long after I drink my juice in the morning can I eat my steel cut oatmeal? Not her pancakes with sausage. She said her oatmeal.
Thank you, Katrina. Yes, and we would say at least 20 minutes. And we're really into that intermittent fasting lifestyle that, like, we are eating ourselves to death. We eat so much in our culture, and it's the less people, actually, the better, we find out, right? The studies show that. And so if you can prolong it and it becomes your first meal at 11 in the morning or noon, whatever it is, but we like to give it at least 20 minutes to give your body the proper absorption.
You know what I found? I found when I drink the juice, I'm not hungry.
Yeah.
This morning,
That's what we find.
We didn't eat till about 2 o'clock.
Because you're getting so many nutrients, your body realizes, wow, I don't even need food. And food became a habit. So then we start to eat less as a result of this lifestyle. So give it 20 minutes, but I would say give yourself a test and see how you feel once we clean out. That's the tip too, you guys, because we're so impacted that we can be carrying around 20 to 30 pounds of impacted, undigested food from childhood that we never really gave our body a chance. So we do recommend cleansing 3 to 4 times a year, whether that be 1 day, 3 days, to put yourself on juice for that amount of time and then work your way up to maybe even 7 days. Nothing more than that. You don't need anything more than that, though.
Yeah, I used to love to do that, but it's just the cleaning of the juicer, because by the time you die, sometimes I just let it sit there and say,
the key is the extra large cleaning brush. So if you get an extra large cleaning brush along with your juicer, you can clean any juicer really fast.
She's so cute. She's so cute. What about Chrissy? Chrissy, do you see that question, honey?
There's Omega 4 SJ 843Q 9SO RPM WXYZ juicer.
It's a slow juicer, and we would say 24 hours on that, and the same thing. Here's the other secret, too. When you've got a slow juicer like that, to make it great for 24 hours, you fill it right to the top of that mason jar. Right. No air. We would even put a little bit of distilled water at the top if we need to, right? You know that, Miss B.
Right.
So then we put it in but here's what you might not know. Put it in the freezer, not to freeze, but down to 36 degrees Fahrenheit.
About an
hour in a typical freezer. We use the infrared gun that we got on Amazon for $10 to figure out what we got down. What's that?
First time I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
So here's why. Like, by chilling it and bringing it down and then putting it in the refrigerator, we're not freezing it, but we're chilling it pretty fast. We find that the juice has a better quality. It lasts even better. It tastes even better. So that's a little secret tip to make sure that juice, either if it's a 1 day or a 3 day juicer, that it's going to last in ideal. You've seen the difference, right?
Yeah. If I don't do it, it'll taste a little bit different on the 3rd day. But if you do it, tastes
Explain that to me one more time. You put a little water, and then what else?
No.
Just make sure.
Well, you don't have to put a little water. What we're saying is if you didn't make enough juice to fill your mason jar to the top,
okay.
We want to make sure there's no air because, again, we don't want oxidation. Right? And so by filling it to the top, and then, some people say, "What, can I vacuum seal it?" You can if you want to. That's another way to do it. If you vacuum seal, we don't do it that way, but we just fill it to the top.
And then 1 hour in the freezer. That's a rule of thumb.
On a typical freezer. Mm-hmm. Every freezer is a little different. If you want to be precise and make sure you get down to 37 degrees, you can get an infrared gun on Amazon for $10 and test it every half hour, see where you're at. 37 degrees is the secret number we want to get to. And then bring it into your refrigerator. Don't leave it in there. At the beginning we would forget.
It'll explode.
It'll expand and it'll explode and it'll ruin your juice. And also, right, we learned the hard way.
And you'll never want a juice again after that. It's like, now I got to clean up the juicer. I got to clean up my freezer. All of this for juice. But
those. By the way, these are high level tips. I hope it's not too much for.
No, this is wonderful.
You know, because I was about to say, to learn more, they should just take your class. Because this is intriguing me. I'm like, I didn't know any of this. I just make my juice and try to drink it.
Can I just share with you guys? The class was like one of the more important things that I've ever done, really and truly. And I just appreciate it so much. That's why I really wanted you guys to come on and share. Because, man, I took the class so many years ago, and I've been juicing ever since. I mean, I'm addicted to it. I have to have it. So talk to us a little bit.
One question. Did we answer the question? Oh, no, we did about the food. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead.
So talk to us a little bit about the class and what people can look forward to.
Yeah, well, here's the amazing thing about the certification program. And when Miss B went through it, we were doing our book. We had this book deal, and she was doing pulp recipes over there at Stuff I Eat. And you can see Miss B's right there. And
she is.
It's very similar.
And she contributed over 10 pulp recipes to this book. So when I was mentioning before, what do you do with the pulp? Well, there's lots we can do with the pulp. And we also use it in our dog food, and our dogs are really healthy, and we use it in stir fries and things like that. Or compost. So there's no excuse not to juice. It's not a waste. There's lots we can do with it. We can make more food with it. The certification program, we aim that towards people that want to get healthier juicing, that want to use it to educate people with juicing. We were going to set up a juice bar right there at Stuff I Eat. I was going to say Stuff I Eat.
We still may, right?
Right, because we give tools on how, and I've got to tell you, we've had the summer enrollment open just now, and I've never seen more people from the African-American community come and join that are now looking to offer juices and continue this juice revolution. And I don't know what's happening there, but there's an awakening, and it sings to my heart, because I'm just like, whoa, what is happening? Because their community is not hearing about this, and because more leaders are stepping to the plate. They're saying, I want to educate people about juicing. I want to become a certified juice therapist. How do I do that?
First of all, when you start hearing that in one community, your community has more cases of a horrible virus because of underlying conditions that are all self-induced because of what you're consuming, what you're eating. Yes, knowledge is power, and it's going to keep us alive and well. So
every one of them, I say this to them. I'm like, you know Chef Babette, right? And I would say 90% of them know the celebrity Chef Babette. And I say, well, she got certified with us 6 years ago. And like you, she's in the inner city. She's trying to educate. She's a heart-centered entrepreneur. She really cares. And she's blowing it up now. And so can you. I love bringing your story in because in the community, what's happening there and the information, and these people are all over the United States coming to us, all over the world, actually. But it's unbelievable. Brooklyn, someone just signed up. They're just really trying to get the juicing message out because they realize, we want to get them into plant foods, but juicing is a great portal. They already realized that.
Yes.
Yes.
They already realized that coming in.
Yeah, when you start to juice, really, especially in the summertime, for me, don't have to eat.
You don't have to eat.
I'm like, I don't even care because it's too hot. Number one, it's too hot, and I have energy. I have so much energy that I don't need the food part of it.
And a lot of people think they're hungry, but really their body's just starving for nutrition.
That's what it is. Nutrition.
And you're getting so much nutrition in a juice, even if you're just doing one a day and you're not even on a juice cleanse. And it's detoxifying, and it's cleaning you out, and it's alkalizing, and it's anti-inflammatory.
Here's the truth. Juice can sound like that. There are naysayers out there about juicing. So when we put together the Juice Guru Institute and the certification program, we brought in Dr. Joel Furman, 12-time New York Times best-selling author, Dr. Gabriel Cousins, Dr. Thomas Lodi, Dr. Stephen Bailey, authors, doctors who've been using juicing in practice since the 1970s, because we're like, juicing works, and let's bring in the doctors, the medical doctors that back this to teach about juice therapy, how it works on an anatomical and physiological level, and the biochemistry of juicing. And also we teach how to build a business around it too, because that was important to me, that it's a juice revolution, and the more people that embrace, especially now with COVID-19, and people are worried about the economy and how they're going to make a living, and can I really live my passion teaching about health? And that's where I am now, you guys. by educating people that can be igniters of the revolution, those are the people I want to work with.
I love it.
Yeah. So in the class, how long is your class? How long does it go?
We call it 5 weeks to a guru, so you can be done in 5 weeks or less, but we've got a mastery program where I also teach about business building, leading your own cleanse, sugar detoxes and all that. And the majority of people, they're not just getting certified, even though we're accredited through the Complementary Medical Association. So you come through it and you say, okay, I am, CMA certified, and I am, it's backwards, isn't it? But I would say they're wanting the mastery program too, which I can work with them one-on-one, and we can give them the tools to lead their own holistic detox vegan challenge. We have a 28-day vegan challenge they can brand to themselves, and all these other programs. So that's where that's gone. Ms. B, I don't think we had mastery when you first went through it, but that's where it's gone.
Wow.
And I've been immersed in it, so we haven't even talked about that.
Wow, this is so great. I mean, what I love about what we're doing here is that we bring such a variety of people and what they're doing, because you don't even think about juicing. Some people, it's too much work, but when you finish listening to you guys, you know what, I'm getting me a juicer, and I'm going to really do a plan because I know when I juice how much better I feel. Like I just had my 1 glass of juice. I'm going to go do some cartwheels as soon as we hang out.
But when we can share with you the things that hold us back, what holds us back? Everybody knows it's the preparation. It's getting enough produce. It's getting enough. And it's also the cleanup. Right, like you said it. And so if we can give tips like that on how to make it easy, we have a template recipe that gives you the only ingredients you need to make a detoxifying green juice that's going to build the immune system. And that's what we give away to our audience. And then we educate them more in our Juice Guru community. That's what we've been up to behind the scenes.
Yep, we've got the 15-minute juice recipes, everything just to make it as easy as possible. We
also have a free juicing chart that has everything you need. And I'll show you it.
Yeah, let's see what it is.
We laminate it, and we give it. We laminated ours, and it's everything you need to know about juicing. We call it the juicing chart, and we give that away for free.
I need y'all to bring one of those to the restaurant next week. I don't think I got one.
I'll bring you a whole set of these.
We bring you anything you want.
Yes, we bring you it all. So we'll give you the link to print that out if they want their own. We'll give that for free.
Okay. And so obviously the juicing has to be organic. I mean, organic.
It should be.
Right. Yeah. And how long, and so in your breakdown.
By the way, I love that you brought that up. We should talk about it for 1 minute.
Yes,
when you look back there, first of all, I'll be transparent and say there's been zero research on when you juice, how much pesticides are in non-organic versus organic. There's been no studies.
Yeah.
But we know by condensing it that there are pesticides getting in. But when Dr. Norman Walker wrote his books back in the 1930s, he did say that he felt that the pesticides were trapped in the cells of the pulp that came out the juicer. Is that true now? I don't know. There's a lot more herbicides, fungicides, pesticides than back in the 30s. So we say organic is best.
Right. And if you can't, then at least adhere to the Clean 15 and the Dirty Dozen. So stay away from the Dirty Dozen and try to.
We did a blog post on that.
So what is that? What y'all talking about? Y'all there's like a 12, so a dozen is 12. So stay away from the 12 vegetables or fruits.
You look it up online what the Dirty Dozen is, but it's the most sprayed types of produce. So berries are very heavily sprayed, things like that. So you always want to get those.
Well, we've got it on the website. If you go to juiceguru.com and you type in the search, the Dirty Dozen, I put a blog post on the Dirty Dozen, the Clean 15 of juicing. So you can, and smoothies too. So you know which ones you can get away with non-organic.
That's great.
Yeah. I wrote that a while ago, that one.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, there you go. This is a good question.
Oh, okay.
In the wake of anything, not just the wake of COVID-19, because the water's so horrible. It's like if you're not in a position to get one of those water filters throughout your house, what are you doing? Then they have those vegetable spray things that just
yes.
That always looked like it was going on top of the poison. And then it off with the dirty water. It just felt like a conspiracy.
I love how smart your audience is. It's just like these questions are like, I'm glad we're bringing the high level because this is high level.
Yes, it is.
And I was nervous at the beginning of COVID-19 when I started hearing the rumors that you're going to have to boil your fruits and vegetables in order to keep them safe. And I was like, what? Like, if we get rid of living foods, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be a mess.
But that's how we lower the immune system. We want to build the immune system. Right. So we're going to give you guys the recipe that we use to clean that kills off. Now, if it isn't organic, you definitely want to peel it, right, to make sure you get the pesticides off for the best. Like if it's carrots, you're going to peel it.
Right.
I'll let Julia answer because she's been making juices every day for us.
Right. So what we do is we'll soak all the produce we're going to do first, and we'll soak it in a big giant stainless steel bowl full of water, purified, clean water. And then we'll put about a half cup of, usually I just kind of pour it in, of apple cider vinegar. And you can squeeze half a lemon in that too. And
lemon. And it's antibacterial, antimicrobial, it'll kill off the bacteria. And then we just rinse it from there. We'll put it through a salad spinner when it's the leafy greens. Get the water off it. And then, we don't want the water. We're not using filtered water to wash it. So we want to get the water off it. And then you can juice it. Now it's all clean. So
that's what I do. I'm so excited because I just made that up in my head. I said, I'm going to put some apple cider vinegar, a little bit of lemon. This time I'm going to clean myself.
It's intuitive.
You don't need the sprays. You don't that's spray.
It's like poison.
That does the job.
Poison on top of poison. Yeah.
Now, I did want to mention one thing about cucumbers and apples. Then this might be a question people have because apple seeds, don't they have arsenic? And also cucumber seeds there's some toxicity to that. So what do we do about that?
We remove them. So because if you're juicing again, it's gonna accumulate in your juice. If you're putting in 3 or 4 full cucumbers, that's gonna add up. So you just want to be careful and try to take out as many seeds as you can.
With the apples too.
And the apples
so we want to we use the decor for our apples and we don't put the seeds through it. Some of them, it's not going to be that harmful, but for children and elderly, we probably want to remove those just to be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. I'm just because I be trying to get my juice. So I just throw it.
And I'm trying to tell you, we've used seeds or full cucumbers for years without issues. So
no, we're so healthy.
There's some information coming about that.
Because I was going to say I do too. I pretty much I don't trip about the cucumbers at all.
No.
Can I ask you this about when you're doing beets? Do you I know because you clean it very well, all that stuff. Do you put all the stems and everything, or you just cut those off?
If you can tolerate that bitter that comes in the leafy greens, then yes, it's so nutritious. Start with a little. And also when it goes to beets, there's some disclaimers on beet juice. You already know when you've gone to the bathroom after having some beet juice, right?
It's red. Everything is red.
Everything's red.
And some people might think something's really wrong.
Everything is just so red.
Yeah, well,
it's so detoxifying of your liver and your bloodstream when we use beet juice. It's so great for you. We start with a little goes a long way. It can become really sweet when we're using beet juice, so just be careful of that.
I'm going to clean out my
favorite juices.
It's very detoxifying. When her son comes here, because his dad feeds him the worst diet.
Not the worst, but it's not
lots of meat.
Not the worst.
There's lots of meat. When he comes here constipated, because he's learned from Steve that if I'm constipated, it's not good.
We will run right out and make him a nice beet juice, and he runs right to the bathroom.
That is excellent.
Wow.
You know that happens in the restaurant, Steve. People come and get that beet lemonade.
That's right.
All right.
Times to the bathroom.
That's right.
That is good stuff too.
It is. So what is your so the apple, kale, lemon, and ginger is your go-to? Is that your go-to, Julie?
Yeah, or you can do any green. So apples.
Cilantro is good with that.
Yep, you can throw in, ginger makes it spicy, but when you put it with a sweet like apple, sometimes I'll throw strawberries in this time of year, makes it so sweet. But when you throw the ginger in, it tastes almost like a sucking candy. It's really delicious.
Amazing, isn't it?
What you would like, Terrah, if you go to juicegurutemplate.com and download that, it's printable. You can have it on your refrigerator. It's what we call the template recipe. It's the 5 core ingredients you need for an anti-inflammatory green juice. It's produce that doesn't go bad fast. So if you're just starting out juicing, it's great. And I'll just tell you what it is. So you don't even, if you don't want to download it, it's fine. It's
I'm going to type it in.
It's celery, cucumber, lemon, ginger, and then a leafy green like spinach or kale. And you can make literally dozens of recipes with this one template recipe. And on the poster, we actually show you different things to interchange for different flavors. If it's turmeric or ginger or what else do we have? Jalapeno or whatever you want to do for
Cilantro,
that template
basil.
recipe is great. And people love it, and we've had thousands of downloads of that. So that'll put you on our email list, and you'll hear more about juicing, and you can connect with us.
Your website is www.juiceguru.com.
Or juicegurutemplate.com.
Right. For that.
That's not this. This is somewhere else, and I'll share that before we leave in case anyone wants that.
That's the juicing chart.
The juicing chart that I've got to bring over to the restaurant next week.
So, 1 second, because I can't type all that stuff. I had a question.
And before we go, though, I do want to mention that I wrote the Community's Guide to Juice Fasting. And
I remember that one.
So if you're interested in cleansing with juicing, we can always, talk about that too. So it's up to you where you want to go with it. So
so what is like the book went away before?
Idiot's Guide.
The Idiot's Guide to Juicing?
To Juice Fasting.
Is that your first book? Here, I'm drinking my water.
It is. That's my first book, and
okay, And you have another book also.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's one we wrote together.
One of Babette's in. Okay.
Babette's in.
Okay, good.
That's Juice Guru, and that was endorsed by the Juice Man and Dr. Gabriel Cousins. And we also have Miss B in here, and she contributed over 10 recipes of what you can do with your pulp, including tuna, vegan tuna, burgers, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Chickpea. What was it? Not chickpea.
So let me ask you this. Can I ask you this, guys? So when you finish juicing, Julie, you may when you have your pulp, is there a certain amount of time you have to use the pulp? Or
yeah.
What is the time span on the pulp?
About a week.
A week, unless you freeze it. Unless
you
freeze it and then use it another time. You can make cookies with it. Real easy to use in a stir fry with a little bit of coconut oil and just stir fry it up with your protein and whatever.
So can I ask you one last question? I'm sorry. About this celery juicing thing that everybody's on. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, Dr. Norman Walker talked about celery juice back in the day, and it was, it's a great detoxifying juice, and it's a great starting point to begin a juicing habit. But when we bring in more of these vegetables and more of these fruits, it's only more nutrients for our body. So we love when people come to us that they've been doing the celery juice and they've been part of that craze. But what do we think?
Well, just remember that we said this before, every single fruit, every single vegetable has its own unique properties for your health. And it does amazing things to help prevent disease. So you want to try to combine it all up. Plus, it tastes a whole lot better when you put other things in it.
Yeah, because you know what? I couldn't do the celery thing because of the taste. So I just said, well, the celery's in there. I'm going to throw some other stuff in it. It's not like the celery left. So
it's two kind of things. Like Anthony William comes from the source and everything. A lot of the work we do comes from the medical science and the doctors we work with the advisory board. So it's kind of like the difference between the new age and the science. Like we try to bring the studies into what we educate about. That's right. I guess that's the main difference. And I love that he's starting such a craze and he's over on that Goop network and educating the mainstream to get healthy with juicing and plant food. So hats off to him.
That's right. But in Juice Guru, we do talk a lot about the science, and there are so many studies of what kind of incredible benefits from your brain to your heart to cholesterol.
The resources are there.
From blueberries and juicing grapes and juicing kale.
We got the studies in there.
Get out from in front of Julie's face.
Oh, I'm sure.
Patrina is going to get in trouble by her husband because she's talking his business, but he's having some issues with libido, and she's trying to get him to,
Here it is. You don't need my books. You guys, you don't need my books. You don't have to go buy them. Here's the protocol, the Juice Guru method, and this is what he needs. He needs to do this, and he needs to do that. Well, am I blocking Julie again?
No.
But because here's the person. This is, you don't need the books. I'm going to tell you. You've got to cleanse. He's got to cleanse 3-4 times a year, and he's got to give his body a break. He's got to start cleaning out what's going on in here. It's stopping the blood flow. And so, I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to,
But you a man.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you're either gonna have a stroke, a heart attack, or your PP is gonna stop working properly.
I think that he's probably constipated. We want to go at least 2-3 times a day. Even if we're going once a day, we can be. This machine has to keep moving, right? And the cleaner we get, the better we get. And I'm not, perfect, and I'm not, but I'm working there. We're all in transition. Don't beat yourself.
Oh, that's right.
So what he's got to do is he's got to start cleaning out, even if it's a 1-day juice cleanse. And then the second book is the juice a day habit. So if you can come off that 1-day juice cleanse and then do juice a day, and then every 3 months, another 1 day or to 3 days of a juice cleanse, and then the juice a day habit, first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, we work our way up, and it works.
And you got to watch your regular food intake to make sure that you're not eating those foods that automatically clog your arteries.
Yeah.
Well, that's the secret that we don't talk about. We say, because we find once people start doing the method, they start to crave healthier foods, and they crowd it out naturally. And so
you want more of those plants, even when you're eating.
I guess for me, because what helped me more than anything through this journey is knowledge. I want people to tell me what the heck I'm consuming that is causing me a problem. I need to know that. And it's fine to juice and it clears things up, but you need to know what you're eating that is causing your body issues. You need to.
The truth is, Ms. B, even as a compassionate animal rights vegan, which I am, and I used to do circus protests back on the East Coast, I organized them. But I found a lot of the vegan eating very starchy foods that were really unhealthy and having a lot of health issues as a result. So I think, we've got to find our balance, work our way. We want to eliminate, and also a one-sided meat eater, right? We can call it, that's what Dr. Arnold Ehret used. He said the one-sided meat eater can be even healthier than the starch-eating vegan, because, which is shocking, right? And it's like, whoa, you're saying but if we're constipated and the starchy foods are keeping us constipated, we're not moving things along. That's the idea. We want to just, and we love those vegan foods, but we want to keep moving things along. And so that's why we cleanse. That's why we do the daily juice habit. Maybe an enema or colonic every now and then to just clean out our system and get things moving.
Okay. Well, this has been so great. We're going to talk. We're going to bring Tiani in now. We know Tiani likes to find something that correlates with what even though we're not juicing, she's going to talk with us a little bit about her find. And then I'm going to throw a question back at you guys. Hey, Tiani.
Hi, Tiani.
Hi. How are you guys?
Great. Looking cute to little puffy things on the side.
Prince is laying it up right now.
So what do you want to talk about today?
So today I wanted to talk about my sweet, sweet friend. Can you guys see this? Oh, a little bit. Kombucha. And I know everybody knows kombucha is so good for you. And it is. It has tons of probiotics for people like myself who can lose probiotics if we take antibiotics, And so it is great, great, great. But I did find that too much of it can cause gastrointestinal issues along with headaches. And it also, if the kombucha is brewed too long, it can have lead poisoning.
And did they say how long is too long?
That's the thing. Kombucha is a process in itself, because you have to. You're
talking about the fermentation.
The fermentation, yeah.
The fermentation. If you ferment it too long, it can cause lead poisoning, which is really interesting.
Yeah,
right? And because have you guys ever tried making kombucha at home?
Why?
No, I have not.
No, I'd rather juice. They got me fermenting mushrooms. It's like, no.
All that stuff. But yeah, no, it's crazy, but it's very, very healthy and beneficial, and is known to help fight, just like juicing, help fight a lot of the inflammation and in your body, and get those probiotics and get those organisms going in you, and helping promote good bacteria in your gut.
That's too much.
Steve.
Well, the fermentation process also, there's some alcohol in there too, so we should be aware that we're drinking alcohol, an alcoholic beverage. So, if we overdo it, like anything, it can lead to problems.
Yeah, definitely. And pregnant women and people who have diabetes are not supposed to take it.
They're not supposed to what?
People are not supposed to take it.
To take kombucha?
Yes.
Really?
Well, see, and that's what's so interesting because I love kombucha because that's my treat. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, we have to. But when I want a treat or something, which is usually once a day, I drink a kombucha. But I don't even know. I'm just one of those people. I know I feel good when I drink something, so I drink it. That's just me. If I don't feel good, and I don't eat a lot of things, but kombucha is might be my glass of wine or my soda pop. But if I can find the same thing in juicing, you know what I mean? Like that same charge because I've never drank coffee. I've never tasted coffee in my life.
Yeah.
I've never tasted coffee. No, I have no desire to taste coffee. I'm a person who's anti anything that somebody says I can become addicted to. Right. So when I see people trying to kick the coffee habit, it's like, well, why start? I don't want to have to kick a habit, so there's no need to start a habit. So I've never.
Very smart.
But kombucha, I found when I drank it, I got that charge. That instant for me, where most people it didn't bother. Was like for me, I felt like bing, and I can't drink it once it hits 6 o'clock because now I'm up all night from one kombucha.
I have a question. When you talk about the juicing versus, let's just say juices versus kombucha, which one is more acidic? I would think that juicing would be more alkaline.
Yes.
It's very alkaline.
It's your system. What happens when kombucha hits your system? Is it acidic or is it alkaline? Good question. Okay, we'll look it up.
I'm not sure on that, but the thing about it is, like, I think of juicing like nature's pharmacy, like with only, like we said earlier, 9% of Americans meet the daily requirement of fruits and vegetables. We can get it in that one juice. Instead of chewing it, we would never be able to get that much out of our produce. Like, who's going to sit there and eat a pound of carrots and apples? Right. So it's a hard comparison.
And it's
you can't even compare it.
Go ahead.
Basic.
It's nature's medicine. It's human food.
Okay. Tiana, what were you trying to say?
Oh, I was going to say, I did actually research it. It is highly acidic, and it's so highly acidic that they recommend that you drink it through a straw because over time it will destroy your teeth.
Oh.
Oh my God!
What's the point in drinking kombucha?
It has benefits. Just make sure you drink it through a straw.
Although we do say to drink juice through a straw too, just so you don't stain your teeth.
Yeah.
If you're
going to drink it every day.
Right.
There's no precautions with juice fasting. We wouldn't say pregnancy, no. Breastfeeding, no. We wouldn't say to do a juice cleanse because then your body's releasing lots of toxins. It's going to be passed on to the baby or in vitro. But we would, and elderly too. We won't, we have to be careful about juice cleansing.
Hey!
For health.
You're not elderly.
No, I'm not elderly. I mean someone in their hundreds.
She said someone in their hundreds. She's in her hundreds.
Oh gosh, but she's done the cleansing. She's
an exception to the rule. We talk about the other seniors. Wow, so that's interesting about kombucha because kombucha is my treat, my daily treat when I want to. I just tried the pineapple kombucha.
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Tiana.
Wow, that's really good.
I drink too many of them.
Yeah, that was a real balanced report.
Yes, thank you, sweetheart.
Yeah, and it's good to know because who knows? We just drink them because they say, it's good bacteria and all that other stuff. But I don't know, I'm going to die from something else now. From drinking kombucha. It's like the juicing. Anyone have any other questions? I'm going to scroll through this if we miss anything that someone wants. But this has been wonderful.
Thank you guys.
So you guys make sure give us your
all of your
put
info.
Your website down. I'm going to put it again so everyone can see it if it scrolls up. www.juiceguru.com.
And you guys, please, the class, if you're thinking about just having the knowledge for yourself or if you want to go out there and get involved and change some minds, Tiana, you see how important it is to know what you're consuming. Now that you're new vegan, it's just so many things that you need to know. So this whole juicing thing, I'm just so excited. And I got to talk to you about that master's program.
Yeah, we got to get you in that.
Oh, that sounds like, because I was on your website and I was like, I should take one of these. I just don't want to be in another class. I'm fine. I've been in a class since January. I'm out.
No, this is fun. People are telling me they go through it, they take notes, it's a fungication.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It is a lot of fun.
And it's a 5-week course. Is it every day?
Some people do it in even less. Well, it's self-paced. It's self-paced. So, we have juicing labs through the summer. So I get on a call with the class and we all connect and we share and it's really, I love it. I mean, I love it.
So you need to be certified if you're going to do anything teaching juicing. You have to be certified.
You should be.
Should be. There's some people giving a lot of misinformation out, and that's why we're really passionate about spreading the right information based on the work that's been done since the 1930s.
So one last question before you go. Can you give a testimony to anyone that you know that turn their health around from juicing, or any situation that that someone who might have felt like this was it for them, and then the juicing really did turn their life?
Thousands of testimonials. We did a 7-day juice a day challenge last year, and all we were doing, we weren't changing diets. They were coming in with all kinds of diets, standard American diet.
It wasn't
and all they were doing was adding a juice a day based on our protocol. First thing in the morning on an empty stomach, they were having a juice for 7 days, and the reactions, the testimonials came in: better sleep, more energy,
losing weight just from doing that.
Losing weight just from that, and alleviating depression just from that, without any other change. And we were like, wow. So just a juice a day was making in 7 days. So they were giving it 7 days for this change to happen. And there were thousands of people that were in that program.
You know why? Because they were finally getting some nutrients. We're all malfunctioning.
And you know what else too? I think it's not to take anything away from juicing, but it's also when you put something healthy in your body, your mind starts to shift, regardless of whether
because you're malfunctioning. No.
But I'm just talking about you start to believe you feel better as well because you're
you mean like a placebo? You mean like a placebo?
Exactly. Because I know the more I put a juice on anything in my body, it shifts how I start it makes me want to work out more because I know I started my day taking care of myself. I want to do other things to take care of myself. It's kind of
I agree with that.
Wait.
And when I talked about our book and the studies, that was based on a juice a day of different types of things.
Wow.
And cholesterol.
And cholesterol. They measured their cholesterol with the blood, so they actually were dropping cholesterol, and they didn't do any other changes. Like they were just adding a kale juice shot.
Mm-hmm. And that's just one. That was
one
example.
There were a few.
Just cognitive tests from bringing in Concord grape juice every day, freshly squeezed. I'm not talking about.
That's pretty amazing too. The grape juice. But back to what Terrah was saying, I agree with you. But if you're giving somebody nutrients that they have not had ever on a daily, they're going to feel something different. Yeah. That's going to be real. I believe that there is somewhat of a placebo effect as well, because now you're doing something good. Mm-hmm. Yes, I think it's heightened, but I do think that the effects are there if you're giving somebody medication that they've never had before.
I just have to say, for my own life, like if it weren't for juicing, I don't even know if I'd be alive right now, to be honest. Like my mom, when she was 28, I mean, my dad had a heart attack. So if I wasn't down this path, I wouldn't have the health or the energy or the libido or my high school sweetheart back in my life again.
No, you would have that. But the cholesterol, you couldn't get that down with anything else, right? It was really that, the blood pressure, the cholesterol, these things are, you can go down the road of being plant-based and all of that. The juicing really is the
I was doing what amounted to the paleo diet. I mean, it was the Atkins diet back then. Like I was trying everything to get healthy, working out. I was like a bodybuilder and I thought I was healthy and I had high cholesterol, high blood pressure. I was depressed, and this is what turned it all around for me. None of those BS scams. Really, was what I call fads. I don't want to offend anyone.
And I think because so many people, even vegan, non-vegans, whatever, there are a lot of vegans who, like you were saying, who eat a lot of different things that are questionable. A lot of fried. And if you get your juice in every day,
a lot of chemicals.
Yeah, a lot of chemicals.
A lot of things.
But I'm thankful for those things, Terrah, because those are transitional items that we can all benefit from every now and then. We're all in transition. I'm not sitting in the garden eating fruits and vegetables and drinking juice all day. We're all in transition to get to the highest level. And I really feel that we're all on this path. We're giving up some things that don't work, and we're including more of the things that work. And we're all going to get there because we're the ones that are going to get there because we're in transition.
And if we don't change our lifestyle, we're not going to have a planet. Right now, we are having water shortages. Everything is a mess. Our air, our water, our soil, everything. If we don't change our minds, we're cutting down rainforests. We're doing all of these things, and we're still sick as hell.
Yep.
So juice, one time a day, start.
And also become a certified juice therapist to wake people up. Like, we need the wake-up call. Like, we need to make an army of people that are going to just spread this. And it's not go vegan, because the meat eaters are like, it's already like plant. But how about a juice? That's something you can do. That's what we found. We had a vegan magazine, Veg World magazine. It continues to this day. We sold it. But we were trying to educate people to go vegan. We're like, why isn't this working? And when I rewound the clock, what it was that woke me up, who thought vegans were weird back in college, what was it that woke me up? It was the juicing that woke me up. So that's why we're casting that net.
Yeah, we call it the portal.
Yeah, juicing, having a juice a day will do a lot for you, because it really shifts you to want to be better for yourself. It's kind of like when you start working out and you see results, you want to work out even more. Anyway, we are over our hour.
We're always over the hour. It seems like we don't have enough time.
But we want to thank you guys.
Each and every one of
Tiani,
our guests.
Yes, we love our Tiani.
Great
thank
information.
You, Julie and Steve. Thank you. I have definitely learned a lot.
That's what we want to hear.
Samara Masala, she's learned a lot. We had a lot of wonderful. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Tiana. Yes, I live 10 miles near dairy farms, and the methane gas hits hard in your face on high wind days. Yeah. Poor baby. We're sorry.
All right, y'all.
It should help having the masks on now.
Bam.
Thank you guys so much for being here. And make sure you guys go visit their website.
I like that.
And sign up. I never know how to do that. Look at my
look. There you go. I did it. What yours?
I don't know.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys. Thank you. Much love.
Bye, audience.
Anyway, guys, we want to thank you again for joining, and make sure you go to our sponsor, Extraction the Series. It's on Facebook and Instagram. And also, when the series come out, we need your support, because it's women run the business. Not that we hate men, we love our men, but these women put it together, and it's a wonderful series that dives in, abuse and finding your inners and becoming a stronger, healthier person, so that when you do get healthy drinking your juice, you're now healthy in your mind, in your body, and spirit. We also got some wonderful things coming up. We have some Sunday Bites and Tidbit t-shirts. We have some kale chips that Babette's going to do. So we have some giveaways for our new Reclaim that we're launching. And we thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you guys. See you next Sunday.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, we got the doctor finally. I messed that up. The doctor.
Goldner?
Goldner. Yes.
When's she coming?
Sunday. Next Sunday.
Oh, my God. You guys got to watch next Sunday. Dr. Goldner. Goldner.
You want to say it with an accent? Let's say goodbye. Goldner is coming on next week.
Yeah, man. You want to see Dr. Goldner? I messed that up really bad, didn't I?
Bye, guys.
Bye, y'all.
How do I get out? Okay, we can't get in right. We can't.